your local listings. We continue now with the men's floor. Xiaopeng of China, just 16 years old.
Xiaopeng is in some ways in an advantage here in the finals in that he didn't compete in the all-around competition. These gymnasts have been competing for 4 days in a row. He might be a little fresher than the rest of the field.
Saw a lot of mistakes in the all-around competition, and I believe were fatigue errors. He does look very fresh.
Just 16 years old, the youngest member of the Chinese team. They had 2 veterans from the Atlanta Olympics on this team here, and 4 gymnasts that were relatively inexperienced in terms of major world competition. Li being the youngest.
He combines power and quickness so well. He's so quick with his arms up. He finishes with a double layout.
You know, since the 1996 Olympics, the judges eliminated compulsories. You know, the routines where the gymnasts all do them identically and they're judged on their technique and their precision. Well, these are optional exercises we're seeing here, but because so many gymnasts are using the same combinations to get bonus points, it seems like the optionals are starting to look like compulsories.
Well, Li scored 9.537, good enough for 3rd place right now. We continue on the floor with Sergei Fedorchenko of Kazakhstan. He's 22 years old, 5'8", a bit taller than the rest of the gymnasts.
Fedorchenko is known as a trickster. He's one of those guys that does every trick in the book. Look at that opening tumbling run. And every piece of equipment is the same. We're going to have a chance to see him in the finals on high bar later, and you're not going to believe what he dares to do there.
He twists so fast.
One of those gymnasts that's admired by nearly all the other gymnasts because he really dares to go for really hard stuff. In some ways, he's not as stylish as you might see Alexei Nemov, but in terms of difficulty, few people match him. Ironic to give away a couple of tenths of a point on a silly bobble like a scale. He's resting up for his last tumbling run. Oh, no!
It's a long body to get around 2 times in layout position.
And that's too bad, because he might have had a shot at a medal if he could have pulled around that last tumbling run.
Oh, you can see he's rubbing his ankles.
Yeah, that hurts.
Here is why. Look in slow motion, the position of his ankles on the landing. I guarantee you every single gymnast in this arena just cringed right here, knowing what that feels like.
Munch.
And this doesn't feel too good either, 8.625. So let's take a look at the final results from the men's floor exercise. Sexy Alexei Nemov of Russia takes home the gold. Dmitry Korbienko of France, the silver. Xiaopeng, the bronze. The women will take center stage when we return. We'll see the world's all-around champion, Svetlana Khorkina, perform on the uneven bars. I guess you didn't have to worry about bonus points back then.
Well, unlike the good old days, there are now 7 special requirements on the uneven bars. Here are a few you can look for. At least 3 bar changes, 2 release elements, and at least a half pirouette. To really get a lot of bonus, gymnasts must perform pirouettes very near handstand to receive full credit. And when they do this in combination with other pirouettes or release moves, they will have the potential for a terrific score.
Well, that definitely gives us something to look for as we move to the unevens. Wenjing of China, a very strong and deep Chinese team, only 16 years old.
Wenjing is actually a replacement for her teammate Mo Huilan, according to the rules. If they've qualified, they can replace their teammate who placed above them. Since China had, what, 5 in the top 6? Look at that incredible work on the uneven bars. She makes the most difficult elements look so easy.
Oh, and she stalled out that handstand. That
went
was
over
nice.
on a gas.
Oh, my.
I think we're going to see a huge smile on her face. Silver medalist in Atlanta, tied with Amy Chow from the United States.
Let's take a look on the last sequence of this routine. She does one giant swing. Look at her eyes almost close. It looks like they close as she goes through the bottom. Now, I can't tell you how many times the Chinese gymnasts have had a perfect routine going only to blow the dismount. Well, that wasn't the case today. The technique on this is absolutely perfect. And as you mentioned, Kathy, that's why that smile is there. Nice landing.
Nice landing. 9.787. And you can see, though, that she is disappointed in that score. Svetlana Khorkina has dominated the uneven bars at the international level the last few years, but it was here in Lausanne that she claimed her greatest prize. Her bid for all-around gold at the Olympics ended with a fall on her best event, the uneven bars. The memory of that made what we saw earlier this week even more special.
She sticks the landing. She'll probably get it.
It was perhaps the greatest moment of her illustrious career. At long last, her all-around medal was not bronze, not silver, it was gold. Earlier tonight, in the first women's event final, the vault, Khorkina, this is her first vault attempt. You see the landing. She knew she would not be in medal contention. And so she decided not to attempt a second vault, and it was not a popular decision with the crowd. Now hoping to redeem herself a bit on her most favorite event, the uneven bars, Svetlana Khorkina.
Olympic champion, two-time world champion. Amazing variety of the most difficult skills. Watch this, 1.5 turn, right into a pack salto.
Oh.
And here comes her move. Always amazes everyone. Let's see if she can stick the dismount. That's what it's gonna take.
Oh, my.
There it is. There it is. And she knows it.
Now let's take a look at the pirouette here on the high bar. It's a 1.5 pirouette, and she's going to transition to a what they call a pack salto. At 5 feet 4, it's very difficult to get that long body completely laid out in between the rails. She did it beautifully. Those combinations are what she's really well known for.
And you see her score 9.875. Will it be good enough for the gold? Another member of the Chinese team, Meng.
At 4'11", she really has an advantage on this event. Has a lot of room between the rails to swing big giants, and especially makes these inverted giants really easy. And the Chinese do them so well.
Oh, nice.